Part 6. Much later, Kikko traveled far away from the Tolji Wood forest and still didn't find her way home. However, she did find a small pink house that looked like a cross between a cottage and a two-story house. A- And Kikko walked closer to the to the fence to see all the house. Then at the moment, a motorcycle came by the fence next to Kikko, and the motorcycle guy has a frog's head on him, and and invitation to the Duchess from their Royal Majesties the King and Queen of Hearts. The frog-faced man said as he pulls out an envelope and holds it out to Kikko. Kikko just stood there without saying a word to say to the frog-faced man. Well, young lady, aren't you going to give this to your mistress or not? The frogman asked Kikko. Kikko takes the invitation and, like the frogman told her, and said, all right. Sorry about the moving camera central. I'm just trying to clear my throat. All right. But I don't work for the Duchess. I don't even know her. Don't be ridiculous, miss, the frog man remarked. With those clothes and that apron, I say you're the housemaid. And then that sexist frog man drove away to our end of the path to deliver more invitations. Well, I might as well give the Duchess her invitation, Kikko said with nothing else to do. She opened the gate, which was fortunately unlocked, and approached the front door. Before Kikko was going to knock on the door, a voice called from inside. The door's unlocked. You can come in. The voice sounded familiar to Kikko, but very familiar. But she opened the door and entered the house to give the Duchess the invitation. Inside the house, full of small furniture and bits of food splattered all over the floor. Looks like the odd couple's house. She looked all over the place, and in the kitchen was the chef wearing a big chef's hat and apron, and looked like someone Kikko knows all her life. Quirky? Kikko questioned, thinking that the chef looked like her little brother back home. The chef turned around and spotted Kikko. He did look like Quirky, but he looked all startled and threw a dirty dish straight at her. Kikko dodged the throwing dish and it hit the wall. Hey, this isn't the Olympics, Shorty, Kikko said to the chef in a mad voice. You could have killed me. Well, you shouldn't have frightened me while I was cooking, the little chef said to Kikko. Cooking? Since when did you learn how to cook? Kikko asked. As long as I can remember, the chef said, looking all proud as he trying to find an ingredient for another dish he was working on. That long? Kikko asked again. You look like you can't even make your own mac and cheese. Sure I can, the chef said to Kikko. A blob of it is on the wall right there. And then the chef pulled out a pepper shaker and started to read his cookbook and to see how much pepper should be on the entree he was making. Just one dash of pepper to add some zest to your entree, he said, and the chef started to sprinkle the pepper onto the entree and perhaps a little too much pepper. Achoo! Kikko sneezed. It's a dash, not a mist of pepper. Achoo! Is someone sneezing down there? A voice from upstairs shouted. Coming downstairs was a short lady that looked like Dot, wearing a large hat and a puffy dress, and didn't look very happy. Dot? Is it that you? Kikko asked the lady. Close enough, young lady. I'm the Duchess, the lady said politely. Well, well then, I guess this is your invitation from the King of Hearts, Kikko said as she gives the Duchess the invitation. Thank you, the Duchess replied, and she turned over to the chef and said in an angry tone, Chef, how many times have I told you to not put too much pepper in every food that requires pepper? Come on, you said you loved a lot of pepper in your food, the chef began to argue with the Duchess. Not when it makes me sneeze my brains out and I see a lot of it on the floor, the Duchess corrected him. I didn't marry you for your messiness you caused with your pepper. Wait a minute, Dot stopped Chef and Duchess's argument. You two are married? And at that age? Yes, the chef and Duchess answered at the same time. The argument began between the two was going on and getting louder until a noise of a crying baby was coming out from the room. You two have a baby? Kikko asked him. Oh, yes. Do you want to see him? The Duchess said to Kikko. She grabbed Kiko's wrist and led her to the living room. Inside the living room, there was a little baby buggy with a crying baby wrapped in a blanket in it. That's your baby? Yes, the Duchess nodded. Unwrap the blanket and of him to see him if you want. Kikko reached her hand into the blanket and to uncover the baby to see the face, but a shocking surprise came as the baby's face was finally revealed. The baby didn't look like the Duchess or the chef. It was all pink and had no fur and had a snout and floppy ears. No offense here, but your baby is a piglet, Kikko said it with a weird face. He's adopted, the Duchess answered. Oh, that makes sense, Kikko said to the Duchess and looks at the baby again. I'm sure he'll grow to be a handsome young man one day. Then at the same moment, the chef got out a small catapult and large bowls of salad. Oh, now what is he making? Kikko said as not being surprised at all. Toss salads! The chef shouted as he pulled the rope and the salad launched all over the place and got some splattered onto the walls and landed in the salad bowls. Some of the salad was launched at Kikko and pieces of lettuce got on her. Do you want to stay and try some of my husband's food before we leave to the king's party? The Duchess asked. No thanks. I had mine to go, Kikko said as she was getting ready to leave and get the lettuce off of her. Goodbye! Kikko exits out of the house and walks straight to the gate and got the last piece of the lettuce off of her. Well, good thing I wasn't around when the chef was making anything that's canned, she said while throwing the lettuce to the ground. But at that moment, an explosion of baked beans happened in the Duchess's home, as baked beans are all over the windows on the outside. I spoke too soon, said Kikko. Once again, Kikko was on her way down to the path to find her way back home to Burbank.